This is PowerPoint presented by Enrique Rivera for the last assessment in 410X.
Unfortunately, I have to keep this a little bit simple because I'm in a bit of a rush, but I'll answer all the questions. So let's get to it. A data warehouse is basically a collection of data from a bunch of different sources brought to one location. It's considered non-volatile because that data is not meant to be changed. It doesn't change. It's just used to be accessed for data analytics and making business decisions and stuff like that. And a fact table is the center of a star schema that takes a bunch of information from the tables surrounding it and combines it into one table to make it easier to access the data and correlate it with other things, I guess. And OLAP is online analytic processing, and you basically use that to answer a bunch of questions using the information in the data warehouse or the fact table that was previously talked about. And that is, questions essentially like, I used to work at AT&T, so I use that as an example. The sales managers used to make promotion decisions on who was making the most sales and on what products. They had higher weights on products like internet services and TV and stuff like that. If you were only selling phones, for example, you weren't considered, a great salesperson. You had to be selling all of the services in order to be good. And so they'd use that and access that to determine who their star salespeople are. The three types of actions that are used with online analytics processing are slice and dice, roll up, and drill down. Slice and dice basically takes all of the data that is accrued and cuts it down to only the needed portions. So, for example, in AT&T, they would, obviously have sales data for forever, but if they needed to cut it down to current year or current month, they would slice and dice that information to find out what your current month looks like. To drill down, they would go from current month to current week and just narrow it down a little bit further. And if they were drilling down even more, they'd go into specifically what kind of products were sold in that month, by category or whatnot. And to roll up is to go from the smaller it's the reverse of drilling down. It goes from the smaller bits of data back up to the larger portions. And data mining is it's taking a bunch of data, like text mining is one of the processes. For example, it takes a bunch of stuff written in blog posts, Facebook posts, reviews and stuff like that, and just correlates it and adds it all together to structure it so it can be used for decision making and stuff like that. In a nutshell, that's what all that is. And as far as Amazon is concerned, and the time I had, I could only find out um, that they're using something. They're selling a bunch of cloud-based products to help other businesses. Uh, Amazon Redshift Spectrum and Amazon Data Zone or something like that, to help other businesses combine all of their data into one cloud-based location. I couldn't take the time to find out, unfortunately, what Amazon specifically is using. But if they're not using their own products, that would be kind of. Mm. Anyway, thanks for listening. I greatly appreciate it.